Okay, this is part 2. We're going to create the steps that fit in here. One thing I should have done in the previous video is create components. So right click on the bodies here and create components from bodies. They appear down here now. We can add an appearance to this as well. So appearance, just remember if you want to use any of these other appearances, and I've got this download button, so make sure you download it first before you can drag it on there. Okay, and once those arrows go away, it's okay to use. You can drag it onto your project. So I'm going to choose the maple because that's the timber we're using. Drag it onto my project. See, that's the one I want. I don't want the quilted one. Drag it onto my project and we're done. Okay, we're going to create the steps. First thing we're going to do there is turn one of these off so we can only see one leg. So we've got these light bulbs over here. Okay, I want to turn off this one, the one that I can't see the joint on. So click that. Alright, so we're only seeing one of them. Create sketch. Okay, zoom in until and select that inside face. Make sure we don't hit the wrong face, but this inside face. And because of the way the angle is, I know this is the bottom of my leg, this is the front, and this is the back. So that's important to know. And we're going to select the line tool. I'm going to start at the back, right in that corner. So make sure I get that little square to show it's the corner. Click once. This one wants to be parallel with that existing line. So it should say 180 degrees, and those two little parallel marks that you can see turn up. Alright, so make sure it's parallel. Don't click, but simply type 90mm. Press enter. Line tool again. This time, from this edge, we're going to go down. We want this one to be 90 degrees. So it might snap there. If not, remember, you can tab across and make it 90 degrees, then tab again, and this one's going to be 19. Press enter. Last line, from this all the way back to the back edge here. Okay, again it should be parallel with that line, and make sure you click in the corner and click. We can stop sketch now. Let's turn this component back on and we're going to extrude. Alright, what profile? This new profile we just drew. So you're going to have to click twice here on that part and that part. The extent, we're going to change that so it says to object. Rotate your view and click in that face inside that joint. Alright, before you click OK, make sure the operation is not a join, but it's a new body. And click OK. Alright, we've got two little cutouts to do on this step, which we will do by starting a sketch on that top surface. Rectangle tool. We're going to start in this corner. So where those two meet, you get a little corner. So we can start our rectangle there, click there, and we're going to click over on this edge. Then we need to set our size from this line to this line, has to be 20. Lastly, for this sketch is a fillet. You'll find that under the sketch menu, and we'll have to click so that we get that little red, the dot and the red line, and click and type in 11. We're done with that sketch. So we'll stop the sketch. We're going to have to rotate our view now, and we're going to create a similar sketch on the bottom here. So create sketch, sit on the bottom there, but we are going to have to rotate the view so I can see into this corner where it overlaps. For some reason we're going to have to do this time. This project, include, and intersect. Okay. What geometry do you want to project? And we want to click in this edge here. And that's kind of all we have to do. Click OK. Rectangle tool again. We'll start in the corner. Now we can hover your mouse over that point, then move it out so you can see that dotted line appear. Okay, it won't appear unless you hover there first and then click. We'll select our dimension tool from this line to the edge, and again we're going to make that 20, and again we're going to use the fillet tool. Okay, click, and again this is 11. Click OK, and we can stop that sketch. Let's zoom back. Let's get back to the home view. Rotate it. Next step is the thing called a loft. That's under the Create menu. There's the Loft tool there. So click that, and it's saying what profile do you want to loft. Okay, so that sketch we just drew, we want that profile. Rotate the view and that profile. That should be all you need to do. Make sure it says cut. Click OK. That's done our cutout. We need to repeat that over here. And again, the easiest way to do that is a mirror. So create mirror. This time we want to mirror the features. So click on the features, then you're going to have to go back into the timeline. What objects do you want to mirror? It's the loft. So click on the loft, mirror plane. So you're going to have to go back to this construction menu here and turn that plane that we used before on. And that's the one we select for our mirror plane. Then click OK. That repeated that over there. That's good. We can turn that plane off now. Lastly, all we need to do for the step is to modify is a fillet. Make sure you choose the fillet underneath the modify, or the F button. What edge? It is the top edge of this step. Click once. What size do you want to fillet? That's what it's asking here, and it's 10. Click OK. That's all the drawing we need to do there. So let's change the view so we can see the back. We're going to create a component. So right click on that body we just created, create components. If you want to do your appearance again, let's do that. And I'll drag that onto there. Close. Alright, we just need to create copies of this. So we use the move tool again. What object do you want to move? Well, it's actually a component this time, so click on the components. What component? Yeah, it is that component. What type of move? We're actually going to do a point-to-point. So select the point-to-point. And it's asking, what's the origin point? So we're going to use that point here, right in the bottom corner. What's the target point? And we'll want to create a copy. So put a tick in create copy, then the target point, and this time we're going to hit that bottom edge of that joint. Click, we've created a copy, we click OK. We do the same thing for the next step up. So move tool, components, what component, which this time we'll do this one, point to point, origin point, click, create copy, target point, this one. Click OK. We're done. There's our steps for our stepladder.